I'd like to talk about how to create a good anti-rotation pilot device. One that has our pilot hole for our mill, as well as our anti-rotate drilled hole. Typically, when we make a contour, our pilot hole for the mill will actually be at the top of our contour. We'll have to move this down to the bottom so that they do not conflict. If we have both drilled holes near each other, we have a tendency of one drill walking into the other hole, which can cause a real problem and breakage of tools. So we'll discuss how to do this. In order to do this, I'm going to start out from scratch. I'm going to go back to our main screen or our home screen, and I'm going to go into Input and Subprograms and Contours. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start and make a contour. I'm going to make a contour using F8 External Contour Editor. And I'm going to give this one a name. I'm going to call this contour pilot device, PD 30.5. I'm going to make a 30.5 millimeter pilot device. And we're going to be using a circle at 30.5. Now I'm going to go ahead and tell it to create a combined part as well, and I'm going to use the same name as used up at the top. It automatically fills it for us. And I'm going to say start, and it creates our pilot device G code as well as our combined part ASCII import. So I'm going to save that and cancel out of this. Now up in the upper right hand corner I see I have refresh is available to us because now we've added that pilot device. So I come down and do F7, refresh program data. And then I can search for more, filter for my PD30. There we go, PD 30.5. So as you can see, our pilot hole for our mill is at the top, which is going to conflict with the small drilled hole for the knockout or for the anti-rotate. In order to change this from the top to the bottom, the current location is in a positive location from the reference point. I want to make that a negative location from the reference point. So I'm going to select my Y measurement, and I'm going to change that to a -6.25. So I press insert, click again, -6.25. And then I'm also going to change all of my Y measurements from positive to negative and from negative to positive. So I press insert, and I can change this to a negative, and then press insert again, change this to a positive. And keep on doing this all the way down. -15.25. And then -6.25. And there, now we can see our screen pops back up, or our graphic pops back up because all of the numbers are correct to make this contour. Now I'm going to remember this -15.25. because that's what I'm going to use when where I place my my knockout, the anti-rotate drill. So plus 15.25. So I'm going to close this and save it. Now I should be able to board out and go into our combined parts. Go into combined parts, and I'm going to search for my PD 30.5. There it is. So I'm going to double click on it. Our original pilot hole for the mill, we need to delete that. So I'm going to select it and do a Control F4 delete. Okay. That leaves us just with the contour, and now I can put in our drill for the anti-rotate. In this case here, I'm just going to use a 5mm drill. Select that. And I'm going to leave the X alone because it's going to be center on the contour. And I'm going to put in 15.25 for my location of where to drill. Now, if we look at this, that looks pretty good. It's going to cut that anti-rotate drill hole in half when it cuts the contour. And I can save this and use it in my next